Well, you know, my dad my dad was a fiddle player, and all my uncles were guitar players and fiddle players. The family goes back to Prince Edward Island, you know, in the 1700s, and Prince Edward Island is famous for its fiddle players. So, anyway, my dad was a real fine fiddle player, and you know, he wasn't in the right place at the right time to be able to do it professionally, you know, during the Depression down in South Florida, you know. But anyway, he had mentioned Jimmie Rodgers, you know, to me when I was just a child, but I didn't really get, you know, print it and realize what it was until later on when I started digging back into like studying the guitar and studying songwriters and stuff, and going back in the lineage, you know, like you dig back to Robert Johnson and then Son House and that stuff. So yeah, I, you know, started realizing what a giant he really was, not only to country music but just to music. Because see, before Jimmie Rodgers, it was all kind of Broadway tunes, you know. I mean, they weren't real personal blues tunes, you know. Yeah. You know, the English and the Irish and so in this country didn't sing about their you know, their girl had left them and they feel so broken-hearted, and you know. So when Jimmie Rodgers came along, he was like the first white blues, you know, that talked about personal blues. And you know, he didn't yodel like cowboy yodeling. You know, he kind of moaned, and you know, you didn't see the Gene Autry or, you know, Roy Rogers, those guys yodel like that. They did this kind of cowboy yodeling, and Jimmie Rodgers would just cry his heart out, you know, through that yodel.
Down around the other side here, right over, there's the trash pile. It's a bottle collector. It's like, oh my God, here they are too, just the medical, a lot of the actual syringe bottles, Listerine bottles, cans. No doubt, because the nature of these bottles is still the live trash dump. Last night, drove to Kerrville, slept in my van. Listen to this. Oh my God. Set up here on the side of this hill where this old sanitarium, it's like the old ruins from this old medical. It's kind of eerie, you know what I mean? So I'm shooting the footage of that just so I